Okay guys, I just wanted to do a quick video on my homemade humidifier. I got sick of all the store-bought ones clogging up and stopped working and whatnot. Got a lot of iron and stuff in my water. That's why it sucks turning brown. That's my filter. Just use an old sock. This pipe's just hanging. It's from there's a little submersible pump down here, like for a fish tank, and also a fish tank heater, because I found that if the water is heated, you put off more humidity quicker. And then just a fan, and this is just expanded clay pellets used in like hydroponics and whatnot. I had a bunch on hand. Wouldn't necessarily have to use them, but they suck up moisture and they increase the surface area, so should help. So I put a big hole in for filling and just used an old container for that hole, and then there's a bunch of smaller holes drilled around just to regulate how much water's up on here. You don't want it overflowing, of course. So depending on your pump, you might have to use more or less holes. So it's on a Wise switch, and then I have Wise humidity sensors, temp and humidity sensors in my house. And those are all Wi-Fi. They go like 6-8 months on a battery for those. So I can have this controlled to turn my Wise switch on when the humidity gets below, I think I have it set below 30%. And then it'll shut off when it gets up to like 45 or 50, because I don't want it higher than that. Alright, I'm going to throw this back together for you quick. It's really simple. Cottage cheese container, whatever. The lid, I cut a bigger hole for that here. And that's just, you wouldn't even have to do that, but that's to fill water a little quicker. I used to have the pipe come out the middle for the water, so that's why that's there. It's just plug in that big hole, because otherwise the hydraulic would fall through. Expanded clay pellets, these little guys. So this is just clay that they put it in a furnace and pop like popcorn. It weighs nothing, but it has all kinds of like little holes in it and stuff. It absorbs moisture and holds moisture, so this just makes the surface area bigger. That's all it is. So there's just a bunch of little holes drilled in here, and you'll have to figure out how many you need just based on how fast your pump runs, because you don't want it overflowing. So that just sits on there. That's just the regular lid, and this is one of these, let's see here, Tough Tote HDX totes. This is a 12-gallon. They make bigger ones. You could do bigger too, but yeah, this one works pretty good. Get about half of this a day. So what is this? 12 gallons, so like 6 to 8 gallons a day of moisture out of it, something like that. Maybe more. Depends on the temperature or humidity level when you start and whatnot. So next I'll grab the hydraulic and drop that in there. So I cleaned these in some bleach water, rinsed them off, and then let them dry. It's been over a year, so it was starting to get a little scummy up top. You have constant water movement, but not perfect constant movement, so just like any humidifier, you gotta clean it once in a while. This is a lot easier to clean than some of those store-bought ones. So, it's a little 120 volt heater. I just crank it to the highest setting, whatever that is. It's like 90 degrees. I'm just going to drop that in there. And I'll grab the pump. So here's the pump I'm using. Let's see if I can. Eco 100. I think this is like 10-15 bucks on Amazon. I'll put a link. These pumps are all pretty similar. They just have a little blade in here. Can't get to it. I don't think this comes apart. It might. Yeah, it does actually. So you could take this apart. So it's got a little impeller. Oh. They're really simple. You won't even burn out if they run out of water, but you'll never run out of water with this, really. It'll have a little bit of water, it just will stop pumping it. So, let me fix that quick. Yeah, so, like I say, really simple. They're easy to clean. A lot of them will come with a little sponge filter. I can't remember what happened to this one. I think it got wrecked somehow. But it's got a big filter on the outside that this just pops on. And they should come with a set of barb fitting adapters that go in here. So you can use whatever size pipe you want. I'm using, I think that's 1/2 inch. But anyhow, that I'm just going to drop in. Just like so. Now I'll take a sock and put over this. And then I'm just going to mount that one fan I have there, behind it. Just filling it with water. Now, I got one of these big jugs, watering jugs. Works pretty good. I just took off the sprayer thing. So we're over the pump now. I can turn it on and I can get a few more of those jugs in there though. Let's see. I manually shut it off on my switch, so now I can just hit this. And I got the 3 wires plugged into a splitter to the switch. And now you're good to go. So you wouldn't have to use the sock. It's something I added recently. It helps filter out some of the iron and whatever else is in the water. I have well water. It's filtered, but it's got a lot of iron in it. It'll be less loud too if I put more water in it. Right now it's just barely over the pump, so the water has to fall further. But it's a pleasant sound. It's basically like a waterfall kind of. So I'll grab some more water and you can hear the difference. Okay, so now it's almost full. We're to the bottom of that cut-off container, basically. I can get one more of these in there, which this is 7 liters. How many gallons is that? 2 gallons. I want to do a quick update video. This works better with just one layer of hydroton pellets. So you see the water level, maybe, is not even halfway up them. So they're just, but you could tell they're sucking up moisture. They're white on the top from the fan drying them, but the sides are wet. So they're bringing moisture up and increasing the surface area that the air is hitting. Let's see. So this works best. Yeah, I tried, filling it with hydroton, like a few layers. That didn't work as well. This works better, which makes sense.